Hey everybody, it's Mark Pruitt with Strategic Estate Planning Services. I hope this video finds you well. This is a strategic update. Can you believe that we are already halfway through the year? Crazy. We're glad that you're with us, and I thought this video update would give you some information in regards to the economy, kind of what we expect the next half of the year. First off, I'll kind of tell you for the end of June, we are actually doing a rebalance currently right now. That's scheduled for June 30th, this week. So we expect that to happen to kind of get everybody rebalanced within the same portfolios, just to make sure, because we've certainly had some growth in the securities world. We want to make sure that we stay within your risk tolerance. So that's happening again this week. So let me kind of give you some updates, though, on some things. Right now, you've got 22 states total that have basically came back in and said, we're going to stop giving the extra money that has come from basically the federal pandemic aid fund, that they have said we're going to pay extra unemployment. And you've had really 22 states that have now backed off of that and said we're going to stop doing that. In fact, I've got the dates here in front of me. Some of them, as an example, Missouri cut theirs as of June 12th. You got 7 states that have followed that are ending June the 19th. You've got some other ones that are expiring July 10th, as an example. So what that does is you'll begin to see what we call labor inflation as people get back to work. And then as they get back to work, now there's more money that they're making, and that creates more money and boost into the economy, which can also create other inflation issues down the road. So that's something you need to be kind of aware of. But people go, well, Mark, what's going to be happening to the market? So I thought I would just give you, and obviously nobody has a crystal ball. That's the first thing we'll say. But there are some indicators that we look at when we're doing the measuring in regards to where we think this market will go. And I'll tell you, the number one factor that we look at is oil. And I know I stated back when oil was in the 60s, I said I was projecting that personally for it to be in the 70s. Well, we're there right now. If you look at today, I just looked at it a while ago, that we were right at $73 a barrel. I predicted at least $75 a barrel. So we're right in that ballpark. And that is what's happening in regards to looking at what's coming down the road. So when you have oil hitting new highs, that's a good sign that markets usually will continue to move forward, at least for now. Let me give you some other things. So energy is a big one. Commodities as well, also that are hitting some all-time highs. Very, very important there. These are not signs when markets or the NASDAQ or oil or commodities are hitting some new highs, some new recent highs. That's not a sign of a contracting market. And so that's a good thing. We know real estate is up. We know rents, as far as rental income, that is up as well. So these are things that what we consider green lights in the economy. I call those quad 1s or quad 2s. Somewhere down the road, we'll begin to see those reverse, and that's what we call a quad 3, which is like a yellow light. You still can have some growth, but it begins to contract a little bit. And then eventually, you can have quad 4. And what we have learned is some of the tools you use in a quad 1 and a quad 2, when everything is moving forward and growing, is not necessarily the same tools that you're going to use in a quad 4. You can still use some different tools and still begin to earn, but it's different. It's not necessarily the same. We're not there yet. We'll kind of let you know when we feel like that's beginning to happen, and we'll line out some markers for you to say, here's what's happening, here's what's occurring, here's the beginning of a contracting cycle. Could that happen in the third quarter that's coming up? It could. Is it there yet right now currently? The answer, in our opinion, is no. And so when that does begin, we'll let you know and keep you in the loop. Let me give you a couple of other things that I want to make you aware of here. In regards to inflation, people are still asking, is there inflation? And the answer is absolutely yes. We still have things that are beginning to inflate, or that are continuing to inflate, maybe is a better way to say that. and it's across all kinds of areas. So you're feeling that out there. I don't think I have to tell you that, but it is beginning to, it is going to continue. And as that continues, just expect that maybe you're going to say, maybe right now is not the time to go buy that car. Maybe right now is not the time to go put in that new fence that's going to have wood involved. As an example, those are things that are highly inflated right now because there's a shortage of them. And eventually, I still think it's going to take us the rest of this year to get caught up in that regard. So I think it's something that it's going to take us a while. The inventories were so low last year and driven so low that now the demand is coming up, and they can't produce it fast enough. So it's a good problem in that regard, but eventually that will line itself out as far as getting the supply chain hopefully back in order. So that's what we're looking at. But the other thing that we can look at too is different countries, not just companies in the United States, but think places. I've made some notes here like Korea hitting all-time highs right now, Russia, Germany. These are new cycle highs, which tells you that not only oil, like we talked about earlier, but global equities are also rebounding. And so those things are important to know, and that means volatility is becoming less. That doesn't mean volatility is going away. Markets still go up and market still goes down, but what we're looking for is trends. And trends are things that begin to happen in consistent patterns, not in a day, not in a week, but especially in a 3-month cycle. You begin to see things either expanding or contracting, and a 3-month is a good way to measure a trend. So we'll keep you in the loop in regards to what we feel is coming down the pipe right now. Markets are still giving us some income and giving us growth, and we're going to take that while we can get that, and then we'll make the adjustments when necessary. Have a great happy 4th. Thank you to all of you that have served this country to make it free so that we can enjoy our liberties in the United States. Happy 4th, everyone. Thank you, and God bless.